No more eyeball child, bitch. Time for grandma. Time for grandma. It's time for grandma. I'm gonna eat your grandmother. Time for grandma. Give me your grandmother. Give me her vagina. No more eyeball child, bitch. Time for grandma. Time for grandma. It's time for grandma. I'm gonna eat your grandmother. Time for grandma. Give me your grandmother. Give me her vagina. No more eyeball child, bitch. Time for grandma. Time for grandma. It's time for grandma. I'm gonna eat your grandmother. Time for grandma. Give me your grandmother. Give me her vagina. No more eyeball child, bitch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. Oh man, I'm having some difficulties managing the restream today. What's going on, everybody? Today is Friday, March 22nd. How does it feel? You made it through another week, folks. You made it through another week. We're here. We made it. It's a little earlier today. I welcome you early on a Friday on the West Coast. Pour some coffee. It's my wife's birthday. I'm drinking out of her high school senior class mug. Oh, man. Happy birthday to her, folks. What is happening? I haven't looked at much today other than Twitter, which is always a stupid mistake. But I've been looking at Twitter. I don't really know what's going on. I saw that Bitcoin is pushing down a bit. I saw that the Dow is pushing down a bit. We're going to look at all of that. What has even happened? Oh, I want to know I haven't looked at to see what is happening with Reddit stock. I'm interested in the Reddit stock, so we'll look at that as well. I think BlackRock said some stuff about Ethereum that we're going to look at. Gary Gensler said something. We'll see what Gary has to say. I'm sure it is uplifting and good for the industry because he's just trying to protect us, folks. He's just trying to protect us. The warm embrace of Gary Gensler. Do you guys feel it? Anybody in the chat? What's going on? Hey. Oh, by the way, how am I not going to comment on the thing that we just watched 7 times? What in the hell are those people doing? Because I love it. It's absurd as hell. I have no idea kind of what's happening. All I know is that this flamingo, and if you're not in the Algorand ecosystem, you know that Mingo, Stitch, Yieldling is the, let's be honest. I think it's the highest selling overall NFT collection in Algorand history. It is great art, great creator, and something that has held value the entire time. And what doesn't seem like a manipulated way or anything. So it's a very organic, awesome NFT collection project on the Algorand blockchain. There's the Yieldlings, there's the Mingos, and there's mostly friends. And pretty soon, I think, or at some point in our lives, we're going to be able to burn some mostly friends for a best friend. He's taking his sweet little time, which just makes me even more excited to see what those things are going to look like. But anyways, so you should check that out. You can go to EXA Market. You can go to Rand. You can go to ASA Lytic and check out that collection and maybe buy you one. Folks, anyways, so the Rexelms, I don't even know what to say, but they're a metaverse project. They are a token, Nico token, and they're airdropping it to NFT collections in the Algorand ecosystem. And they're building, I think, a metaverse. And right now, this Mingo has defeated, kicked in the back of the head, Doofy, and then now me. And it's highly entertaining. So I hope they keep it up, and it's exciting to have it. It's nice to have that kind of energy around here, except for, in place of, whatever else is around here. Yeah, let's see. Anybody in the chat? Ooh, yeah, I'm talking today. Make Algorand great again, says Sick Media. Time for grandma. Time for grandma. Afternoon, Govna. What's up, Larry? Yo, what's up, Gov? GM Coop, good morning to you, Taco. GG, good morning. Good morning, GG. Fire intro, right? Mel, haha, what was that? Exactly, that's the question. And it doesn't matter. You don't need to know what that is. I barely know what that is. All I know is that it said they partnered with Coop. And if you want more evidence that I'm not Coop from KoopCoin, you would know that I didn't partner with them. Somebody else did. So it's pretty cool. Build back borderless relationships. Let's go. Kick Doofy eyeball out, grandma. Let's go, Algo Eco. Rex is awesome. Do we get Nico for Coop NFTs? I don't know. Do we get Nico for Coop NFTs, or is it you're getting Nico for Coop Coin? A lot of people have their Coop in farms right now, so I hope that's figured out. But that'd be cool if we were getting Nico for Coop NFTs. The thing is that I didn't arrange this. Are we getting poor for Coop NFTs? And which I don't even think I own a Coop NFT, so I wouldn't be getting it. But maybe we could get some poor for Coop NFTs. What do you guys think? Coop, have you looked into how the huge coffee company Lavazza is using Algorand in their daily operations to store their supply chain data for their beans? I haven't looked into it, but I'm absolutely aware of it. Yeah, Lavazza Coffee, which the Algorand Foundation, in fact, wasn't even aware of it, which is a cool thing about blockchain, is that you don't need to go ask permission to use it. They've just been using it. They've just been using the Algorand blockchain to keep, their information on a blockchain, your supply chain stuff, to be more transparent. So there you go. That's a pretty cool thing, right? The fact that there was a use case with the largest coffee company in Italy was just using the Algorand blockchain. I mean, I think they were doing a test and then they just decided to do it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Bacon said maybe. So we might get some poor. Hey, Coops holders, you might get some poor. All right. Are we poor again? I made the title of Aiden is in the building, and he has encouraged me to make more specific titles, and I've been doing that, Aiden. And I actually have seen an uptick in my viewership, so maybe you're onto something. I know that the next step is more daily thumbnails, but I'm going to need help for that. Let's be honest, or more time. So that I'm going to either need to make more money outside of this somehow to where it also opens up more time for me, or the show's going to have to make more money so I can take more time on this. And then I can start to perfect my thumbnail skills. But man, they stress me out. They've always stressed me out. And, but I think it is effective when you have a good thumbnail. I know that, right? And a good title. So anyways, is meme coin season almost over? I don't even know what the prices are. So I don't even know if they're going down. All I know, and I tweeted it late last night, is that when the jokes start to get overly vulgar or racist or you're just weird and aggressive, that means that it's probably 1:30 at the comedy club. The comic is drunk and he just is angry. Or he's just a fucker and is just trying to just get some sort of reaction. And it's just messy and it's time to close up shop. So I feel like that's what's happening with meme coins right now with all these, we don't need to talk about them even, but there's all these ridiculous, anti, whatever, like offensive to Black people, Jews, whatever it is that they're offensive towards. It's just, okay. All right. So that's the irony, huh? That's the irony you want to play. Um, it just to me, that is such a top signal. So do with that what you will. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it probably is. We're probably on the time. It's gone on long enough, right? We did this before. We did this last year. We do this every year at some point during a bull run. When it was name coin season, that's when Coop was born, because I was making fun of the stupid shit that was out there. Chad coin, Ben coin, everybody had a dumb coin. They were all popping off. Pepe was having its first shine. And then what happened? A lot of bullshit, and they fell. So that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. At some point, but we don't know when. All right. Well, folks, let's just go. Okay, what am I doing here? Sharing Twitter.com. Okay, stop sharing. I don't want that anymore. Now, why isn't this showing me? Okay, I have to do it like that. All right. Nice. The custom thumbnails probably will make an even bigger impact. A fresh face pic with some enlarged rocket emojis will do you well. Yeah, I know. I gotta. Yeah, how do I do that without being one of those people with the big eyes and the like pointing like the? I can't do that, guys. I'll never do that. But yeah, like a nice pic of me with a couple of different like, or what else? What else could I do? Oh, no, see, that's the surprising. Let's see, what are those some thumbnail faces? I think a lot of like, I wonder, or like, yeah, maybe I should just put different coops every coops NFTs. Just put a different coop. I have 100. There's 100 of them. I'm allowed to do it. It's my face. Even if you own it, I can put it on a thumbnail. You can't stop me. And just put a different coop NFT and a rocket. Okay. All right, folks. Let's move on. Let's check out what's going on CNBC and the mainstream media. Then we'll go through some crypto news. We'll check out prices, and we'll talk about what we want to talk about. We'll figure it out. Let's have some fun. Let's go. Let's navigate this noise. CNBC. Let's go. How are you doing, CNBC? Let's make sure we're sharing everything. Something's going on with a little perturbed by my setup right now, but that's okay. Okay, the Dow is down about 0.5%, almost 200 points, but it's still nearing 40,000, which would be the best week, and having the best week it's had in the year 2024. So all is not bad, but it is a red day. I mean, I think yesterday was a big jump, so it makes sense that it would cool off. S&P 500 is even. The NASDAQ is slightly ticking up. The Russell is down 1%. So we'll see. The small cap stuff, struggling. Okay, Airbus says it's not happy about the issues at rival Boeing. So they're not celebrating, or at least outwardly not celebrating, the continuous bad news from Boeing. I wonder at what point that stock becomes a buy. Because, Boeing, don't they make everything? I guess Airbus has something to say about it. Kramer suggests Lululemon and Nike have themselves to blame for weaker outlooks. This is the easiest way to lose money, folks. Okay, so this DWAC Truth Social, I was going to say this last night on a post when I was like, I don't know. But I mean, Truth Social, I think it has like 5 million users, which let's just say that they're coming to valuation at about the same level that Reddit was their valuation. And it obviously won't be valued at that when it actually makes the merger from its SPAC. It'll go down. But, there's all these articles. It's like, oh, Trump's going to get $3.5 billion from this merger, but he'll be locked in. I think he's locked for 6 months after they go public or after the merger. And, I mean, does anybody think that Truth Social, which has never made any money, it's only lost money. I mean, so is Reddit, but it's only lost money, but there's no revenue. I think it made like $1 million last quarter. I mean, it's just one group of people. I don't know. It is like, that's the most certain way. I mean, I get it. If you're a supporter of Trump and this is your way of kind of supporting him, then, more power to you. But it is, to me, It's one of the more obvious ways in this world for you to lose money, is holding that thing for any amount of time. Anyways, okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene files motion to oust Mike Johnson as House Speaker. There you go. Lululemon shares plunge 18% on weak guidance. And that shit is so expensive. It's crazy. Look at NVIDIA, almost $1,000 a share. They'll split that soon. And then it'll go up even more because people will be like, oh, I can finally afford NVIDIA. I can finally afford it. Chrysler recalling 318,000 vehicles over potentially faulty airbags. They, I think, also didn't they like take a day off today, a mandatory work from home day, which usually indicates layoffs, but I guess that's not the headline. Goldman has growing optimism about this AI networking play, Arista. I don't really know what Arista is. Like I said, they've approved the merger. Nike down 7%. Reddit can't even make the tickers. I wonder what they're doing. Is it Reddit? Okay, this is yesterday's news. I'm about to sneeze, folks. The UN is how they pronounce it. Jolts FX markets as yuan suffers worst day in 2 months. Bill Gross laments excessive exuberance as stocks surge. Okay. Nike's aging sneaker models feel the heat from upstarts. I don't know, do they really? I mean, do people really wear anything other than Nike? I mean, I know you do, but like by and large, like Nike's going to be fine. Are we kidding me? Like, yeah, send this as low as possible and then buy it. Like that's like one of the brands in this world that will, I mean, Lululemon is a different thing. Like this is probably way overpriced because I mean, the clothes I guess are okay, but like shit, so expensive and niche on some level. But like Nike, everybody wants a pair of Nikes around the world. Jerry Seinfeld's a billionaire. Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm sorry, guys. The former trader leading Apollo's 500 billion threat to banks. But no, you didn't share your screen. Ba-dum, bum, bum. All right. Okay. Tried to dupe German politicians before elections. Looks like the U.S. is having a hard time with Israel's actions, but has also having a hard time. They feel like they're stuck there. It looks like don't really know what to do. How Do Kwon went from crypto king to fugitive to jail. That potentially could be interesting. But I think we all know that story, don't we? At least if you're watching this, you probably know that story. At least you know enough. Do Kwon. Terra Luna. All right, enough. Reddit's debut delivers for new and old shareholders alike. So it did great. India halts Russia oil supplies from sanctioned tanker giant. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to crypto news. Okay, Yeah, it looks like we're pushing down a bit. It's crazy how strong. God, this is so annoying. No, I don't want it. I don't want to give you feedback. I need to put my ad blocker back. They just like, instead of ads though, they just be like, "Are you sure? Don't you want us to make money? Come on, man. Howard's EOS desk going to make money if you don't let us do the ads, please?" And then it's just like you're just dealing with those things other than the ads. Okay. U.S. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler used his speech on the public good of securities disclosures on Friday to point specifically at the crypto industry as a problem area. Gensler, this is a broken record, whose tenure atop the agency has been marked by a legal crusade against what he argues is a largely non-compliant industry, suggested that digital asset businesses are among those seeking to pull away at the SEC's disclosure regime, which requires companies to register securities and provide information to investors about them. There are participants in the crypto securities markets that seek to avoid these registration requirements, he said at Columbia Law School. No registration means no mandatory disclosure. Many crypto markets could use a little disinfectant. The regulator is pursuing several enforcement actions against companies it accuses of failing to register as exchanges and listing unregistered securities such as Coinbase and Binance. It is reportedly investigating Ethereum, potentially considering classifying that asset as a security, unlike Bitcoin. Gensler's rhetoric that crypto platforms need to get registered may be tested soon. The first firm to jump through the hoops as an approved special purpose crypto broker dealer, Prometheum, is getting ready to open the business to customers, executives there have said. Meanwhile, Coinbase has asked an appeals court to step in and force the SEC to engage in crypto-specific rulemaking. That's it. That's all you got. It says story continues below, but there's no story below. It didn't even really talk how Prometheum is essentially a scam and obviously a worked out some weird deal with Gary Gensler. Well, that article sucked. So we got the grayscale, large grayscale GPTC outflows continue. Once that stops, where is it going to come from? U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETFs are poised for their first week of net negative flows since late January. Bitcoin fell below 63,000 early Friday amid a broader crypto sell-off. It will take some time until Bitcoin recovers to 73,000, Novogratz said at the Bitcoin Investor Day in London. ETF inflows will return once GPTC selling is completed due to favorable macro conditions. Volatility in crypto markets continued Friday with Bitcoin tumbling below 63 at one point from the 67 area just hours earlier. A modest rebound since has taken the price back to around 64,000. The sell-off rippled through the market with the broad coin 20 index was lower by 4.4%, and Solana down more than 10%. It's been more than a week when BTC turned sharply lower from its fresh all-time high over 73,000. While Wednesday's steep 10% rack of a dovish Federal Reserve promised a quick recovery, the price action since suggests otherwise. It will take time before we take out that 73,000 again. I mean, Mike Novogratz knows because he's manipulating the market, so you should listen to him. The weak price action comes as U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETFs have suffered what's now 4 consecutive days of net negative flows. To be sure, nearly all the funds continue to see inflows, but each day this week, they've not been nearly enough to offset the massive outflows from Grayscale. On Thursday, GBTC saw 359 million in outflows, leading to 94 million in outflows for the entire fund group. Fidelity's FBTC garnered the lowest daily inflow in its history. So far through the week, the spot ETFs have recorded over 830 million outflows and are on track to endure their second negative week since late January when BTC corrected to 39,000. Analysts at Coinbase Institutional noted that the increased GPT selling is potentially in part due to Genesis selling shares as a part of its bankruptcy process. Once the sales are completed, the report said inflows to ETFs could pick up again amid favorable macro conditions and favorable central bank policy. We think the macro environment remains amenable for more spot Bitcoin ETF inflows following the Federal Reserve's meeting concluded on March 20. So there you go. So they're selling a lot of GBTC right now. and it is putting pressure on Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. It's okay. We just went up a lot. Robert Michnick, the asset manager's head of digital assets, said there's a misconception that BlackRock will have a long tail of other crypto services. And there's only a little bit of demand for Ethereum. Let's see what we got here. BlackRock's clients have a little bit of interest in Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. I can say that for our client base, Bitcoin is overwhelmingly the number one focus and a little bit Ethereum. For every other crypto asset, he said, demand is very, very little. Perhaps it's only fitting that when asked about if BlackRock will be launching an ETF related to MEMECOIN dog with hat anytime soon, Michnick said he didn't know what it was, noting that there's a misconception from the crypto industry that the asset manager will have a long tail of other services. That's really not what we're focused on, he said. Somebody asked the guy from BlackRock if there was going to be an ETF for dog with hat. Like, who would ask that? I mean, what a joke this industry can be. BlackRock ushered in a bullish optimism within the digital asset markets, whatever. 15 billion in assets. That's amazing. Part of the reason why the asset manager, which in previous years had been opposed to Bitcoin, decided to launch a Bitcoin ETF was because clients were consistent and enduring in expressing their interest in Bitcoin through both bull and bear markets. He said they had gotten frustrated about how difficult it was to get exposure to the crypto asset. Most recently, BlackRock unveiled its tokenized asset fund, Build, but like HODL, on the Ethereum network, with asset tokenization company Securitize acting as a transfer agent and tokenization platform. It's too bad that relationship with Securitize and Algorand didn't work out. Or I don't even know what it is. It's completely done, right? We know that Borderless Capital is a large investor in Securitize. So it makes sense that they were in the Algorand ecosystem during the time when Borderless more actively investing in the Algorand ecosystem. But I remember that something happened, because I know Borderless is also behind Opulus. So I don't know. And Opulus's MFTs were on Securitize. That's where you would buy them. But then they had to get off of that because of regulation. So I don't know. Who knows what's going on? All right, we're spending a lot of time on CoinDesk today. Why is Aptos soaring? I have no idea. All right. We're here at the block. Let's see. Why is this like that? Bitcoin investment by sovereign wealth funds still faces obstacles. Convincing the world's sovereign wealth funds about the advantages of investing in Bitcoin advantages of investing in Bitcoin still poses challenges. Whatever. Heco Bridge hackers used Tornado Cash to launder 146 million worth of stolen Ethereum. Bitcoin riots Texas facility proposal rejected over resident concerns. Layer Zero CEO accuses Three Arrows Capital co-founder of trying to secure treasury allocation days before collapse. All right. You guys ready for prices? I'm ready for prices. Let's look at prices. All right. So we're ticking down. We're in greed. We're no longer in extreme greed. Bitcoin is in the mid 63s and down 5% in the last 24 hours, 6% in the last 7 days. and slightly red in the last hour. Ethereum is red in the last hour, 5.5% down in the last 24 hours, and nearly 10% down in the last 7 days. So underperforming Bitcoin across the board, but just slightly. Volume is low. There's about 44 billion, 44.5 billion on Bitcoin, 21 billion on Ethereum. Solana, nearly 5 billion volume, and 8% down in the last 24 hours, but bouncing a little bit, still up there, crazy at 171. It's been on a wild ride. XRP is down, 61 cents. It's just now 60 cents is the new 50 cents. So I guess you got to be happy about that. A lot of volume. Cardano is at 61 cents, down almost 14% in the last 7 days, 5% in the last 24 hours. Pretty low volume for such a highly coin, but still almost a $22 billion market cap. So huge, big time. Doge, also big time, down 4% in the last 24 hours, but up a little bit in the green at 15 cents. AVAX, top 10, number 10, ticking down like everything else. Polkadot down. Aptos, top 20, up 28% in the last 7 days, up 7.5% in the last 24 hours. So the VCs are pumping Aptos. Wouldn't FOMO into that. That's for damn sure. Stacks on stacks on stacks, up still 24% in the last 7 days, doing great. $3.40. Taunting me. These layer 2 coins, man. It's like you want exposure to these things because you think that they might, continue to be popular, but like, really, are they necessary? Are they necessary? It's like a hard thing. It's like, do you need to own ARB? Like, for what OP? Like, I don't know. These are they just governance token? Like, what are we talking about here? They're just so expensive. But I guess they're highly used. I don't really know. BitTensor has been pushing down a lot. That's down 10% in the last 24 hours. The AI narrative is cooling off a bit. Hedera cooling off 9% in the last 7 days, 6% in the last 24 hours. OP, we just talked about it, $3.50, $3.5 billion market cap. OP is interesting because I guess you could see OP. Well, OP is a ecosystem that I would be interested in participating in because of their retroactive funding things that we've all learned about in the Algorand community. At least we've learned a lot about it from Fisherman, friend of the show, and they're also the backbone of Base, which I think has a very bullish future. But what's the point of OP? Is it more than a governance token? Like, I need to look into it. I'm not going to just sit here and buy OP. I think you're just more likely to just find benefit of doing stuff on OP and hope that you get airdropped that token for your participation. Pepe, okay. So, my our meme coin's dying. So, not that this is going to feed that, I guess, but down 10% in the last day. So maybe my instincts are onto something, but 10% isn't the end of the world. Real projects are also down about that. So Thorchain broke under $8. It's down 7% in the last 24 hours, 12% in the last 7 days. Mantle is down. Monero has been living in this 130 range lately. Floki's up 5%, so that goes against what I said. Dog with Hat down 5%, down 21% in the last 7 days. At some point, this thing is going to have to cool down. It's outside the top 50. Sui Algorand number 58 ticked under 24, down 16% in the last 7 days, and the volume is screeching to a halt. We're at 82 million now. We're getting closer to our rate regular daily volume. It means that DWF is not trading it as aggressively right now, which probably means that it's going to cool off. But if history tells you anything, they'll come back around to it. BSV down. Bonk down 27% in the last 7 days, 8.5% in the last 24 hours. Still top 100. Yeah, meme coins are cooling off. I think we're going to see a downward correction. That's just my guess, but a further downward correction. And I think it's going to be in the highly pumped stuff. Like I think we'll continue to see Solana go down, potentially AVAX, which we already are kind of. I think Aptos is not going to sustain this at all. We'll see a large correction here. You can just tell the highly VC stuff, I think, is going to be hit because they're, those guys are just fucking around. Dog with Hat was probably part of that. Those meme coins on Solana are largely just, liquidity vacuums for VCs in so many different ways. And you that put correctly. If just as long as you don't think Dog with Hat is a long hold, then you probably can just play that damn thing correctly, make a ton of money, and be like, fuck off, bro. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you think. I just made $300,000 on this little picture of a dog with hat. So you continue to be sidelined, bro. And I will take profit. Now, I'm not talking to you. You people are doing it right. What I'm talking to are the people that are like, no, this dog is cute. It's got a hat and it's going to bring people together. I'm going to hold this till I die. My grandkids are going to get dog with hat. You have no idea what this is going to do for my little Johnny when he comes into this world. What am I talking about? All right, let's go to Vestige. Holy shnikes. Did I get any of this, Evis? Did you send this to my vault? 200 coin to Algo going to $200, up 207 something X. Oh, I gotta go, guys. My wife's gonna kill me. It's her birthday, and I'm ignoring her needs. I didn't realize it was so late. I got started late. KubeCoin pushing down a bit. They don't like it when I talk about your guys' mom. GORA is at 35 cents, doing well. All right, everything looks good, right? We're all happy about that. Just realized I'm gonna get in trouble. Just kidding. Let's get out of here real quick. See if anybody sent anything. Okay, awesome. All right, folks, thank you for showing up. Nice to custom. Okay, we got that. Late to the party. Did the Mingo catch up to Coop? Is he safe? He's okay. Good morning, Coop. Happy birthday Friday, baby. Yay. What's up, Richard? Cap hits is going on. Geez, Coop, go spend time with the whiff. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Coop's wife. All right, folks, I will see you on Monday.